A UFO flying slowly between the mountains. Not long after, a white circle suddenly appeared in front of it. The circle slowly took shape. The flying saucer flew straight into the circle. It was as if it had walked into a time vortex. Then the circle slowly closed. In recent years, the topic of aliens has been frequently mentioned, especially with the advent of smartphones. UFO sightings have become increasingly common. They are being spread more widely. From spire-shaped unidentified flying objects captured in the sky, to black smoke rings appearing around the world, and even sightings of wing-shaped spacecraft. In this episode, Mingxin will present 20 UFO sightings. And these cases might be ones you're hearing about for the first time. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Be sure to turn on notifications, so you can be the first to catch more exciting content. Alright. Let our story begin now. Number 20. The Spire UFO. During a flight over Japan, passengers unexpectedly witnessed a spectacular sight, as something resembling a spire suddenly appeared in the distance. Floating in mid-air, completely still. It looks incredibly unbelievable. Although the object is still quite far from the plane, it still appears particularly massive. Visually, it's at least 100 or even over 1,000 meters high. It looks like an aerial castle. It is watching this plane with keen interest. Even more surprisingly, around the unidentified flying object by the spire, occasional black objects appear sporadically. Moreover, these black objects seem to be moving. These mysterious objects spark immense imagination. Could they be UFOs? Could it be that aliens view the top of this spire as their headquarters? 19th place. Unidentified blue floating object. A couple in Ohio, USA, were enjoying the sunset in their yard, when they noticed a strange phenomenon in the sky. A blue unidentified object was floating among the clouds. The object had an irregular diamond shape. It stood still in place, as if it were pasted onto the clouds. The entire process lasted about 5 minutes. It then slowly disappeared. According to nearby witnesses, the object has been spotted at least 3 times in recent days. More amazingly, the location of this sighting is near a certain Air Force base in Ohio. The distance to the observer was very close. Is it purely a coincidence? Or is there some kind of inevitable connection? Perhaps this blue floating object is a spaceship of aliens working with the US military. Or could it be some kind of aircraft developed by the US military? Number 18. The Donut UFO. Around 6:30 p.m., a British man and his girlfriend, he saw a mysterious flying object appear in the sky. According to him, there were a total of 5 black objects hovering at high altitude. Since these objects were too far from the ground, he had to adjust his phone's zoom to the maximum to barely see them. He noticed that these flying objects kept flipping continuously, giving the impression that someone was controlling them. They always maintain a certain distance. They're also very adept at controlling speed. Additionally, he discovered an interesting detail. The center of these flying objects clearly has a hole, shaped somewhat like a donut. It obviously doesn't look naturally formed. These strange objects lingered in the sky for about 10 minutes, and then gradually disappeared. 17th place. Wing-shaped aircraft. Year 2021. A strange flying object was spotted in the sky. Its shape looked particularly odd, wing-like. It resembled a spacecraft made of recycled trash, as if it were assembled from scraps. The aircraft could be roughly divided into 5 sections. The first section has a relatively small head. The second section of the body is noticeably illuminated. It looks like there may be someone piloting inside. The third section is particularly narrow at the waist. The fourth section is very wide. The marking on the top of the fifth section resembles a human figure. It leaves a lot to the imagination. Flames are shooting from the tail of the flying object, moving swiftly through the clouds. This strange flying object is beyond anyone's explanation. Yet its appearance has once again expanded our understanding of UFOs. Maybe this is what a real alien spacecraft looks like. Number 16. The Mysterious Orb. Georgia, USA. A passenger on a plane captured a very strange phenomenon. 3 mysterious orbs of light suddenly appeared outside the window, seemingly out of nowhere. These lights seemed to be following the plane, and their movement was quite interesting. At times, they even formed a triangle. Regarding this strange phenomenon, some believe They may be caused by some kind of magical natural phenomenon. However, this viewpoint has been countered, because seconds later, these orbs of light seemed to gain self-awareness. They began to descend one by one, and then disappeared from sight. It was as if they were no longer interested in the plane. If it were just a simple natural phenomenon, it's impossible for there to be this kind of performance. So a second hypothesis emerged. They think it might be something like an alien spacecraft. But this is still just speculation, without any solid evidence. Number 15. The UFO of the test aircraft. The reason UFOs are hard to detect may be because they possess high technology that is difficult for humans to comprehend. Perhaps you can only see them when they want you to notice them. For example, in 2023, a passenger saw a UFO suddenly appear outside the airplane window. The UFO slowly followed the plane, almost as if it was teasing humanity. Seconds later, the UFO seemed to activate a mysterious device, accompanied by a space warping effect like rippling water. Suddenly, a plume of black smoke appeared in view. The moment it appeared, it also launched a black object. Then, the black smoke gradually dissipated, and the UFO from earlier had already disappeared into the distance at an extremely fast speed. The 14th UFO portal. A video caused a huge stir online. The video shows a UFO flying slowly between the mountains. Not long after, a white circle suddenly appeared in front of it. The circle slowly took shape. The flying saucer flew straight into the circle. It was as if it had walked into a time vortex. Then the circle slowly closed. It was as if nothing had happened. This incident sparked a lot of discussion among people, and they weren't talking about UFOs, but circles. The appearance of circles made people think of the legendary holes that act as portals through the rain fan, allowing the shortest time and closest distance to reach any corner of the universe. Although holes exist in theory, in reality, if you wanted to create a new one, humanity is estimated to have a long way to go. But if aliens truly exist, and have already come to Earth, with their technology, they may have utilized wormhole technology. Number 13. Mysterious light column. A peaceful, quiet night. Suddenly, a massive rumble echoed across the ground. Then, a beam of light shot up into the sky. It shook nearby cars, making them blare. Even the surrounding streetlights went out. It was as if all the power around was drawn into the beam. Then, the beam vanished. Everything returned to normal. Regarding this passage, no one can clearly explain what's really going on. It's likely an energy fluctuation caused by aliens arriving on Earth. Some think it's man-made. It could also be Thor crossing the Bifrost to reach Earth. 12th sighting. Triangular unidentified flying object. Year 2020. A villager in Colombia spotted something strange in the sky. The object was triangular. It appeared to be very thin. At its base, 3 large red lights were flashing intermittently. The triangular unidentified flying object initially moved forward slowly, as if it were surveying the surroundings. However, seconds later, it seemed to realize that it had been noticed, or it has already been checked. It suddenly ascends vertically at an extremely fast speed. Then it disappears without a trace. Regarding this written account, many people have engaged in heated discussions. Some believe it's aliens. But if we temporarily set aside the authenticity of the video, then the aliens in this spacecraft must all be superhuman beings. No one's body can withstand this grinding vertical speed and remain unharmed. It's very likely to be crushed. 11th place. Octopus spaceship. 2018. In the Victoria area of Canada, someone discovered a strange object in the sky. Its shape is somewhat similar to that of a UFO. However, what's rather strange is that the object has at least 10 tentacle-like appendages. Beneath these appendages, there is a strange object emitting a faint blue light. The most notable thing is that countless birds are circling around this mysterious flying object, lingering for a long time. It seems that this mysterious flying object seems to have something very appealing to the birds. Perhaps the unknown creature inside is an alien giant bird. Or maybe the object has some sort of control ability. After activating a certain device, it can gather the crows together. But what is its purpose in doing so? Maybe they are using the birds for experiments. And in the not-too-distant future, the owner of this mysterious flying object will use this technology against humanity to achieve the purpose of invading Earth. Number 10. Unidentified ring phenomenon. In 2022, citizens of Beijing witnessed a strange phenomenon. Over their heads, a massive circular ring appeared. The ring emitted a faint white glow, as if the sky had suddenly been sliced open by some sharp object. That night, many people witnessed this strange phenomenon. Some felt the ring looked especially like the underside of a spaceship, wondering if aliens had descended to Earth. Some believe it might be a meteorological phenomenon. However, the official explanation is that this mysterious ring was merely caused by lighting reflections from a rehearsal for the Winter Olympics opening ceremony. 9th place. Diamond-shaped UFO. A Colombian pilot. At an altitude of 3,700 meters, I saw something strange. In the distant clouds, a black object suddenly appeared. It passed by my plane at an incredibly high speed. When slowed down, it is clearly visible that the object's shape is diamond-like. The color is probably silver, especially in the back, where it slightly bulges out. It had a strong metallic sheen. It could have been caused by reflecting sunlight. So, some people speculate that the unidentified flying object might actually be a traditional UFO, just seen from a different angle. Number 8. Black smoke ring. An unidentified flying object. There is a phenomenon that is very common around the world. It is black smoke rings. Whether in the skies over dense cities, or in remote wilderness areas, people have seen similar phenomena. Regarding this, some believe that these smoke rings may be related to aliens, while others think they are just ordinary natural phenomena. Some people even believe that these smoke rings are actually man-made. In 2015, there was a person in the UK who experimented with smoke rings. The results showed that smoke rings can indeed be created artificially. However, these types of smoke rings usually don't last long. Meanwhile, those that last for several hours are due to their natural formation. There is no convincing explanation. 7th place. A disc flying close to the water's surface, in a strange, icy environment. A round, disc-shaped object is flying just above the water. Long trails appear behind it. The camera zooms in to reveal that the object closely resembles a flying saucer. But why is it flying in such a strange posture? Could it have some hidden agenda? Or perhaps, these aliens are eyeing Earth's fish, planning to take them back for a stew. However, a second later, it may have realized someone was secretly filming it. They might also think that the fish wrapped up here doesn't taste good. The object then slowly ascended. It disappeared from view. 6th place. Metal cube. Over Medellin, Colombia. An airplane is flying. During the flight, the pilot captured a strange scene with a mobile phone. Outside the window, a mysterious black object suddenly appeared in the distance, moving rapidly in the opposite direction. What exactly is this strange object? Some people believe that the object might be a weather balloon. The reason it moved so fast might be because the plane's speed was high, creating a kind of visual illusion. But in reality, if you zoom in, the object's shape looks especially like a square or maybe a hexagon. Obviously, a weather balloon is unlikely to have such a shape. Number 5. Circular unidentified flying object. There's always been a theory that the pyramids were built by aliens. So what kind of aliens could they be? Maybe this footage can give you a reference. On the screen, 2 circular unidentified objects suddenly appear near the pyramid. They hover motionless in mid-air. Adding to the already mysterious pyramids is yet another layer of mystery. Regarding this strange phenomenon, some suggested it might just be a hot air balloon, nothing particularly unusual, but later, it was confirmed that hot air balloons can't ascend near the pyramids. Thus, a second hypothesis emerged. Many people associate this round object with an alien spaceship. If you look closely, you can also find that the bottom of the larger sphere has something white. It is speculated that it could be the exhaust flame from the spaceship. That seems somewhat reasonable. However, there is no further evidence to indicate that it truly exists. 4th place. Portal in the sky. September 25, 2023. A video on TikTok shows a peaceful night, when a strange light appears in the sky. The light emits a trail of smoke, or something resembling energy, and where this energy flows, a massive vortex suddenly appears. Lightning flashes at the center of the vortex, illuminating the entire sky as bright as a white page. The vortex looks like a massive transmission gate, and occasionally, black objects appear within it, accompanied by a rumbling sound. There's an indescribable feeling. Seconds later, The vortex disappears into the sky. What followed was the sight of distant skies filled with lightning and thunder. Regarding this footage, some believe that someone may have opened a portal allowing aliens to access Earth. However, most people believe it's simply an advanced-looking computer-generated effect. Number 3. Cylindrical UFO. Year 2023. An American tourist captured something strange on a plane. A cylindrical-shaped object was hovering in the distant sky. The object had a very sharp base, making it look a lot like a pencil. It was moving at a very high speed. Although it was still quite far from the plane, it was easy to tell that it was enormous in size. The estimated height is at least 15 meters or more. However, due to the distance, it's difficult to notice the specific details. Minutes later, this cylindrical unidentified flying object gradually disappeared from people's view. The second, blue unidentified object. March 2024. Arizona, USA. Someone saw a strange blue flying object in the sky. The center of the object emitted a dazzling white light. The movement appeared extremely unstable. It was constantly fluctuating. Sometimes it formed a straight line. Other times it split into 6 individual entities. For the written section, some speculate that it might be caused by reflections from objects on the ground. Some say it could be a drone. Others believe it's something like an alien spacecraft. First place. The response from FO. Using a laser pointer at night is a very interesting phenomenon. This item is highly entertaining. Sometimes, it can even be used to play tricks on people, but if it shines on mysterious glowing objects at night, that's not so good. A man in California spotted a moving, unidentified glowing object in the night sky. The man suddenly had an idea. He actually started chasing and pointing a laser pointer at the object. At the beginning, the glowing object seemed to intentionally avoid the laser pointer, but after several attempts, this mysterious glowing object unexpectedly fired back with an even brighter green light, trying to locate the laser. It seems the alien's temper isn't so great. Of course, if this glowing object is really an alien spaceship. Alright, that's all for today's sharing. What do you think about these 20 unidentified flying object sightings? Feel free to share your thoughts. Thank you for watching. If you like this channel, please subscribe to my channel. This way, you won't miss more interesting content. See you next time.